Hello folks, how are you doing? And welcome to our channel. So what is October 2025 bringing to the table? When I just tuned into it, I saw it as a big ball of energy that was full of everything you need in order to grow, to evolve, to heal, to understand yourself and your life. But this ball of energy is what you make it. It literally is up to you how it goes, what you're willing to embrace, walk away from, accept, alchemize, release, whatever you want to call it. Um, October holds many triggers. Okay, so there are many triggers within October 2025. These triggers are little tests. For some, it's going to be that'll come. For some, it could be a big one. But they're triggers that are coming in to assist us, not test us, on the next step of the journey of the evolution. October feels like a month of the waiting game. And it's a frustrating feeling because it feels as though you already know or feel it's there, but it's a waiting game. And this waiting game is needed by the collective. So don't waste it. If you find yourself thinking, I've got some spare time on my hands, rest. If you spend your time, if you realize that, if you spend your time just whiling away the hours and not really being present, bring yourself back to presence. Okay. So, what else does October bring to the table? Let's have a look. Okay. Wishes and dreams can be fulfilled, but it'll only happen when you know that you are worth it. Okay, so you have to feel worth it. You have to feel worthy. And this is a wounding that's going back into many different lifetimes when we've been made to feel unworthy, where we've been made to feel, when we've been mocked, etc. So we're having to face this in October. We've been facing it anyway, but in October, it's coming to a head. How worthy am I? If you want change to happen in your life, it's going to start and end with your self-worth. For you to actually stop and go, wait a minute, this is the old me, the old way of believing, the old way of thinking, the old way of accepting things. Okay. Collective shadow reaches boiling point. So the collective shadow is going to reach boiling point. Okay. And it's a point where many people are going to choose to literally walk away from a path of evolution, either not to embrace one or to literally leave it. I'm not doing it. I'm done. It's going to also be an opportunity for many new people to come onto a path of evolution and to take their evolution to the next level. It's going to become more and more clear within the world and the collective in October that the noise that we're hearing within the world is an old tape that is struggling to stop playing. So let's see if we can get another analogy for this. So the noise in the world that's trying to take our attention is an old tape that has not got the memo of the stop button. Okay. But the tape is going to start, when the old, cassette tapes a little bit used to come out and it used to tangle. It's going to tangle itself. And it's almost like sometimes it even snaps as well. So it's going to keep playing. It has been doing for some while. It's going to tangle itself and it's going to snap. There's going to be huge, significant timeline jumps, huge ones, where people are going to be thinking, what the hell is happening? And if you think you've had it before, wait until October because this is huge and it's coming off of the eclipse. The eclipse magic and alchemy that's just happened in September. Boy, is this going to rumble on for years. Okay. So these timeline collapses and jumps, um, they're profound. So what could we expect to feel as human beings? Dizziness, disorientation, freaking out energy, ungroundedness. Um, it's what I call the asylum energy, where somebody has had a shift, but they've become ungrounded. So they're the one that stands in the street screaming, "There's aliens coming." They've seen the coming, they've had the downloads, but sometimes it's because of recreational drugs, etc., or trauma. It comes in the download and it just blows them, okay, and they become very ungrounded. So you're going to see more than that. So, for example, you may see it with family members coming out with some really off-kilter shit. Or you could see it in a supermarket where someone starts shouting about things they're saying. There's going to be more stories of this. So it's so important to stay grounded, to be as connected and as grounded as you can. To also take your time with these energies. There are some higher timelines there for everyone. And every single person on some level holds some uncertainty about this. And it comes back to what I said at the beginning, am I good enough? So again, as we start to go through the am I good enough energy, we're going to be asked to deal with that. Okay, so it's going to keep circling until it comes up and we're like, okay. Um, October 2025. The Earth, Mother Gaia, is going to be going through another huge purge. So we will be seeing this in the weather and the land and the animals as well. We will be seeing strange patterns in animals, birds, if you live near horses, rabbits, whatever, your pets. Um, Acting strange, possibly becoming ungrounded, and a sadness as well. Many animals are starting to rebel. Household pets also starting to rebel against the humans that are using them as chattels and ego and um, a comfort blanket, but taking it to the next level. Everyone gets comfort from an animal, but when you're in a codependent situation with that animal, where you're treating that animal as your child, we have a problem. So you're going to be seeing more animals fighting back with that. Um, some could even transition, not all, but some could transition. Some could even start stepping away from their owner. I don't mean running away. I mean that's also an option, but stepping away a bit like a teenager does when mum or dad starts to really put the rules in place. They start to rebel. As that is happening with the animals, it's also going to be happening with the children. So children are also fed up of the systems in place right now and the expectations that have been placed on them. The children that we have now, so children I'd class all school children right up until sixth form and once I get into sixth form. Um, if they're still in the school system or babies, etc., they are the first generation that has ever had to cope with the world as it is now. And don't give me all the, well, what about World War One and World War Two? The stuff that went, I mean, the guides are saying in those times there were periods where you had no connection with news. You could at least go off and have a walk in the park without your phone bleeping. There is constant contact, there is constant information, there is constant energy shifts. There is an overpopulation of people on the planet right now. So the youngsters that we've got now, we've never had this before, and they are feeling it. And there's going to be kickbacks from that. So watch out for that and see what they're bringing to the table because they're going to be doing things and behaving in ways that are going to be trying to wake those up around them or take them to the next level of their evolution. Let's pull a card. October 2025. Cleaning house. It all starts in the home. Stop obsessing over the world because it's all going to be about the hearth and the home. And many people will be hitting rock bottom, feeling like there's no way to go. It's literally, this is all hands on deck. Okay. And that may be triggering. It's going to be different for everyone at different levels of it. But the more that you can show up for yourself, the more that you can be present with source, the easier this is going to be. And these pulses are already starting now. So any areas in your life that you are neglecting and you refuse to look at, these are the areas that are really going to show themselves in October. And people that are literally refusing to do anything. Yeah, October is going to be a month where it comes to bite us on the ass. Also, as well, finding simplicity in tasks. Talking about the wartime, you know, that we see it, don't we? Pictures and films and books where they found comfort in reading a good, decent, wholesome book. They found comfort in home cooking, fresh home cooking, baking, sewing, darning, cleaning, taking their time. All of it. They took presence in that. And I genuinely think that's what got that generation through it because they had a very simple way of being. And it was a very uncomplicated way of being in a very complicated time. And I think it's one of society's biggest failings now that those simple ways of being are neglected in some ways. We don't look at it as a holistic thing, we look at it as a chore. Okay. So finding comfort in hearth and home. Strength, finding your strength and the courage to go forward, and finding your strength in unexpected places, with unexpected people, and with unexpected outcomes. All this is trying to bring the collective together, to try to wake people up that you actually don't have enemies, you have teachers. And in some cases, the people that you really think are your enemies are actually your master teachers. Those are the ones, I actually want to say that those are possibly are your tribe on some level that are bringing in some big things because those are by going through that and facing it and healing it is one of the only ways you're going to get through it. And we'll take one more card for October. Yes. Into the unknown. We are going into the unknown. It is virginal territory. Um, like I've said for ages, haven't I, about predictions, and yeah, the predictions are fun, but that's how I see them now. I don't take predictions seriously at all. And I think we should stop taking predictions seriously. It's fun. Sometimes it comes true, sometimes it doesn't. But this is about actually going, I don't know what's coming, but I'm going to go forward. I'm going to take more action in my life to make things happen rather than going to a seer to be told what's going to happen and just sat on the sofa waiting for it to knock on my door, which, can I tell you something, never actually happens. Um, October is going to be a month of, okay, I've got my blindfold on. I'm going to go out and I'm going to go out into the unknown. October is also the month of our next group healing, which is about healing after abuse. It's the 14th and 15th of October, 2 days distance channeled healing. So, what do I mean about abuse? Abuse, physical, sexual, mental, emotional, spiritual, life abuse, collective abuse, too much news abuse. Maybe you've had your name slandered, bullied, all of it. It's not about eradicating it and waving the magic wand. It's about clearing what needs to be cleared for you to get some clarity about how you can go forward and take charge of your destiny. And it's £22 for 2 days distance channeled healing. To take part, as always, it's in the description box beneath this video, and it'll say, scroll down a little bit, it'll say next group healing, dates, etc. For more information, watch this video. That'll be the video about the group healing to take part. If you want to book a session with me, they're all via Zoom and they're on the website, and it's a really simple, easy booking system. Okay, so yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.